A man and an ape. Is that why it's... That's why it's called Ape Man, is it?
That is why.
And you say it's a lost Gerry Anderson project, is it?
It is, yeah.
Anything in it for me?
I mean, they're definitely in need of an ape. So, I think we might be live. Folks, are we live? Can you see us?
Oh.
Say hello.
Hello, everybody. Oh, yes. Look, I can see some names flashing up already. Look, I'm going to give them a quick little tease. Ha ha ha. You won't have seen this before.
They still can't see it now.
And you'll never see it again. Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Fab Live. I can see lots of you saying, hi, folks. Like Chris Honey. Hi, guys, says Chris Prud. Neil James, evening, guys, on Facebook. Hello, says Gary. Evening, all. Hello, Gary. Martin Smiggy Smith is there. Emma Nichols. Hello, Emma. Will Farrell. They're all here. Look, Ross Harris Smith. Hello.
Eric's here.
Even Eric's come
Eric
to join us.
He's not got the best breath,
No,
Richard.
he really hasn't. I thought you were talking to the dog. Hello, Keena Pritchard, who's joining us on Facebook, and Jen Whitby as well. Good evening, Jen. How lovely to have you. Chris Dale says evening. We'll be hearing from Chris a little later on, of course, with Big Rat Bites.
Can't get rid of the dog.
Really? It's because you didn't feed them.
Oh, yeah, no, I'm a bit late feeding them.
Welcome, everybody. Are you going to tell them what we're here for, or shall I carry on talking?
We're here for Fab Live.
Yes.
Which is our almost monthly live Gerry Anderson broadcast.
Yes.
With...
Here we go.
With...
Look at that.
Richard and James.
The Anderson version of Laurel and Hardy. Yeah, great. Here we are.
Thanks for joining us.
Ape Man, the biographical story of Richard James, says James Pilson Wood.
Ouch.
Could have been, couldn't it? Yeah, no, I don't mind that. The YouTube broadcasting is a few seconds ahead of the Facebook broadcast, says Ross Patterson. Go figure. Well, great, that's fine.
You're winning, YouTube.
Yeah, that's brilliant. Evening, gents, says Andrew Hyde. Emma Nichols, keep the dog on Fab Live. Yeah, well, if he comes back.
He'll come back.
Yeah, of course he will. Here we are for the next, hour
90
and a half.
minutes.
Yeah, something like that.
That's how you could say it. 90 minutes.
Yeah.
You could say an hour and a half.
Yeah, we've got all the usual stuff. We've got some viewers' emails coming up a little later on. You've been sending us some brilliant pictures of your toys and your model collections, and some beautiful pictures have been drawn for us this week as well. And we've got Chris Dale with Big Rat Bites a little later on.
We do. Yes, indeed.
We've got Fab or Fib, we've got Blankety Blank, and everyone's favourite new item in the show with its own, at last, title sequence, Super Magnification.
Yeah, nobody can wait. I mean, everybody can wait for...
No one can.
No one can wait
for
Super Magnification.
Yeah, I don't know.
Jack Williams, aren't you doing Fab Live 23's date? This is Fab Live 23
Well,
right
hello.
here.
That's strange, isn't it?
Yeah, we're
We're
doing it
here,
right
Jack.
now.
Where are you? Oh, well. Hi from me and my boyfriend, Andy.
Oh, Ian Jacqueline's son.
Oh,
hello, Alice.
I know Ian Jacqueline's son,
Yeah.
Hi, Rich and Jamie. Great to see you both on Fab Live, says Joseph Carras. Yeah, great.
Yeah.
Look, I've got one dog to my right and one dog to my left. What?
Two to your left. Yes. If you are enjoying us on Facebook or YouTube or wherever you're watching us from, do us a favour and share it, please. So from Facebook, share it onto your profile page so people know you're watching.
Yeah.
If you're on YouTube, you can share it as a post, I think, within your own YouTube account, or you can share it on other social media.
Yeah.
Tweet it.
Yeah.
Shout it out your window. Go round to the neighbours, knock on the door, and tell them to come and join you.
Yeah.
Whatever you like.
Yeah.
Bowie's Bulge from Twitch. Hello,
Yes.
evening
Hello.
guys.
Good evening.
We're going to keep pausing because
Yes. Now, we've got a couple of other things coming up tonight. Of course, we're going to be mentioning Shane Rimmer, who many of you will know we lost last week. Some of you might not know. Shane Rimmer, the voice of Scott Tracy and Dick Spanner, and famous for appearances in UFO. Was he in UFO? Did he ever do a UFO? You think he did?
Shane?
Yeah.
Yeah, he did loads.
And Space 1999, I think, as something, wasn't it?
Yes. The famous line, "You must not touch my brain."
That's right. So, of course, tonight we'll be paying tribute to the wonderful Shane Rimmer, who left us last week. If you want to post comments, please do on whichever platform you're watching us on. And join in with that, because we'd love to pay tribute to Shane this evening.
Yeah. And we a few of you saying it's a bit stuttery, a bit pausy. Sorry,
Wow.
We can't do anything about that.
We're in Wales.
Various places. No, it's not. The connection's great. Look, it's all green down here.
Oh, it's them, is it then?
Well, I don't know what it is, but
Yeah.
it'll probably smooth out.
Yeah.
Mark Taylor says, "You guys rock."
Well, I mean, you just noticed.
Probably meant to comment on some other video.
I see.
That's why.
Yeah. Every Terrorhawks episode is on YouTube, says James Beach.
Well, it shouldn't be.
Yeah. Sorry for mentioning
Ralph
that.
Tisterton has texted me to say it's not working anywhere.
Oh, well, we're getting comments from
Yeah,
people.
we are getting comments, Ralph, so I think it might be you.
Yeah, we're just checking on that.
Yeah, in fact, I tell you what, if you're saying it's not working, yeah, there's 35 of you watching on there, but it just says multi-streaming with Restream, which you shouldn't do.
Ah.
But there we go. Yeah, don't know why that is.
No.
I'll try. I can't think I can rename the video while it's on either. So keep talking, Richard.
I'll keep talking.
I'll try to fix something up.
So yeah, do comment as we go, and we'll try and read a few of them out during the evening. We've also got. Shall I tell them about the little special giveaway, Jamie? While you're fiddling, got a couple of these tonight to give away. Space 1999, The Bringers of Wonder, Special Edition. Look at those. 2 of those.
Yeah, those. It's a limited edition, hasn't been on sale for ages. We actually found some of these in a warehouse. And they will be on sale soon, but to celebrate that, we're giving them away.
Yes.
How are we going to give them away?
Well, now, we're going to be combing through the comments this evening, and both Jamie and I will be picking our favourite 2 contributors throughout the evening, and you'll then be asked to send us your addresses, and we shall pop those in the post to you. So keep commenting throughout tonight, keep sharing, and we'll pick a couple of you towards the evening to receive those fantastic DVDs from Network.
Blu-rays.
The Blu-rays. That's what I meant. Fantastic, great.
Right, I've just tried to rename the live stream, so hopefully if people are looking for that, they'll find it now.
Okay, wonderful. Very good.
Yeah.
Good.
That's all I can say.
Great. Shane Rimmer had a fantastic acting voice. I loved his voice, says Christina Sales. Absolutely. Guys, trying to turn it off and on again. You're probably a good 5 minutes ahead of what we're seeing now, says Andrew Clements. Wow. We're in the future.
Oh dear.
We're speaking to you from the future. Good morning, all, said somebody just scroll past. I've noticed it does pause a lot on Facebook, but YouTube seems smooth. Well, I mean, you know, hey, what can we do?
We can't do anything.
We're just sitting behind a desk in Wales. So,
we are at the mercy of the platform that you're watching on.
That's
so
right,
if it's not working on YouTube, go on to Facebook or vice versa or whatever.
Yeah, exactly right.
It worked. My little tweaking worked.
Good.
It says the right thing now.
Brilliant.
But it should have... anyway.
Yeah. Great. Okay, happy?
Relatively, I think, yes. I think all's fine. Anyway, we didn't do our things on Twitter, did we?
Oh, no. I suppose they all know by now. Richard N. James, I'm Jamie Anderson.
Yeah, that's us.
Yeah.
And a few of you may have wondered about this chap here.
Yeah.
Well, it's the official prototype Parker from Big Chief Studios, and it's rather stunning. He's slightly overexposed because of the light in front of him, but it is blooming lovely.
It's beautiful, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, and we'll talk a bit more about him later on.
Yeah, it's lovely. Yeah.
Christina Sales is enjoying the dog.
Great. Yes.
James Stewart Lusher. Shane Rimmer was fantastic as the voice of Scott in Thunderbirds, FAB.
I know.
Absolutely, he was.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go. Chris has switched to YouTube, which is working better.
Okay, fine.
So,
well,
there you go. If you're struggling on Facebook and you can hear us and we're not just stuck,
Mark Arnold.
then go to YouTube.
Not sure if Jamie is freezing or concentrating. I know, it's difficult to tell, isn't it?
I was concentrating.
Were you?
I was indeed. Anyway, there you go. Do follow us on Twitter and stuff, and share the broadcast, all that stuff.
Yes. Come on, let's move on.
I was just trying to, get over the technical glitches.
Okay, that's very good.
Should we go straight into some news, or do you want to do some more preamble?
Well, I'm ready for some news.
Okay. Well, let's do some news. News.
No, we don't say that here.
Is that the wrong one?
No, that's the podcast.
If you do listen to the podcast, will you send us a message saying, I am a podsteron?
Nice.
Wherever you are, whether you're on YouTube, Twitch, Periscope, whatever.
Yeah.
Say, I am a podsteron if you're a podcast listener.
We'll
if you're not,
special mention.
Then what are you doing?
Yeah, I know. What are you doing with your Mondays?
You could be hearing us weekly, not just seeing us monthly.
Yes, right.
Now,
yes.
Should we start with some exclusive unplanned news?
What? That even I don't know about?
Well, you do know because you've seen them on my...
Oh, that. Yeah, okay. You go on now. Have a glass of wine.
So you do that. So right here, I've got 2 books. Hopefully you can see them a bit with the light. Into Infinity, The Day After Tomorrow, and Into Infinity, Planetfall.
Yeah.
So they've got rather lovely covers on, but Day After Tomorrow, Into Infinity, as you may know. Do you know? It's Gerry Pilot from the 70s.
Oh,
featuring
really?
Brian Blessed and Nick Tate and Joanna Dunham and
Crumbs.
some of the folks. And and Ed Bishop was in there as well, I think.
Lots of people saying I'm a Podstrom, by the way, watching us on YouTube. Look at all that. I'm a Podstrom. Podstroms rock. Proud Podstroms as the time being.
Thanks, Podstroms.
Yeah.
But we released the Into Infinity novelisation by Gregory Norris a couple of years ago. Well, he's written a follow-up called Planetfall.
Cool.
And we've also done some sexy new covers for them. Now, as you can probably see, these are the proof copies, not for resale.
Yeah.
I'll also be giving away a pair of these to someone we choose randomly who's been a nice contributor to Fab Live this evening.
Ooh.
But they will be out in the next couple of months. So do keep an eye out. A nice way to expand the worlds of Gerry Anderson.
Yeah, that's great. Comedy Dude, not Comedy Dud.
Well,
that's you and me. Comedy Dude 54 says you've earned yourself a new subscriber to the podcast. That's good, isn't it?
Thank you, Comedy Dude, not Comedy Dud.
No, not Comedy Dud, no.
Maria Gray Parker looks awesome. He does. We'll get there in a moment. So there you go. There's a nice thing about the books. That's
Great.
the new stuff.
Yeah,
now, we should talk about Dear Shane, shouldn't we?
Of course.
So as all of you will know, I'm sure by now, Dear Shane Rimmer passed away on the 29th of March. It was Friday just gone, wasn't it? It was just, doesn't quite seem real because he's one of those kind of voices that seem to go on forever. You know, he was at all these events all the time. He was just a constant voice in people's childhoods and adulthoods.
Yeah.
So, very sad indeed. But lots of you have sent in messages
That we'll get to.
which we will get to. You've got some.
Yeah.
And I am collating them and passing them on to Sheila and the rest of Shane's family. So thank you all. If you want to send any messages in, do just comment on this video. Do comment on... there's a couple of Facebook posts. You know, anything that's run by us where you can see that we've posted it, just comment underneath and we'll make sure it's passed on. But a great loss. But he was 89.
Yeah.
He had an amazing life and career, and Chris will be touching on that in Big Rat Bites.
Yeah, and also
very
celebrated
soon.
in the latest podcast as well, which is available as
Yes,
of today.
I've got the podcast thing somewhere.
So do give that
There
a
we go.
listen. Again, lots of memories and comments from people about Shane, his life and career, and also a featurette in place of our usual interview, featuring interviews with Shane and some bits and pieces about him from Chris Dale as well, and various guests leaving their thoughts as well throughout the podcast.
Marcus Hearn, Nick Briggs and Lee Sullivan all join us in the most recent podcast to share their memories of Shane.
Yes, and I know a lot of you met him as well. That's what's so lovely. He was part of the family. I know many people watching now will have met Shane at various conventions over the years. So yeah, shame to see him go.
A great shame, but we'll be celebrating that in Big Rat Bites and beyond.
Yep.
Now, of course, Terry Adlam.
Oh, Terry Adlam.
Now, Dick Spanner, who is down here,
Yeah.
you can just see him down there, voiced by Shane. And if you don't know Dick Spanner, then
Well,
goodness me,
yeah, missing out.
yeah, you absolutely are missing out. But Terry Adlam, who was the original co-creator, I guess, of Dick Spanner, drew a lovely little tribute image.
Yeah.
And here it is.
Yeah, isn't that lovely?
So nice.
Yeah, really good, Terry. We
Yeah.
all love that. Very nicely done.
Very, very subtle, but says everything it needed to.
Yeah.
So, thanks for that, Terry. Very sweet.
Now, Andrew Clement says there's at least one more little project coming soon featuring Shane's iconic voice, so stay tuned for more info soon.
I'm trying to work out what that is.
Good to know, isn't it?
AC, I'm sure we know what it is, but I
Yeah.
just can't work out what
Yeah,
it is.
yeah.
But currently, my brain's all over the place.
Yeah, that's right.
The Joe 90 Deluxe.
Oh,
set,
yeah.
Let's move on. I mean, I think Shane wrote for Joe 90, so it's still Shane related.
Yeah? You're going to find one now, are you?
I've got one here. Yeah.
Rick Van Creek and you guys are still using my Fab Live News intro. Well, yes, we are. Why wouldn't we?
Yes, because it's great.
Yeah.
Here's the Joe 90 box set.
Yeah. Yum, yum, yum.
It's very nice. Just because a lot of you probably haven't seen it yet. We've got a nice unboxing video on our YouTube channel, but it does contain a lovely new comic.
Yes. Nice.
Let's have a look at that. Mm-hmm. Ooh.
Comic.
New Joe 90 comic. A book by Andrew Pixley, which is, some might say, exhaustive.
That's a weighty
Look at
tome.
the size of that. You're using my
Your
my
T word.
terminology now. Plus, also, obviously, the Blu-ray Volume 4. Which
Hi,
has
Duncan
got-
Moss, and hi, Lizzie, by the way.
Hello, everyone. Blu-ray Volume 4, which has got all sorts of goodies, including special features like Project 90, the story of Joe 90. Lone-Handed 90, which is the kind of edit-together movie-type version. Amazing Adventures of Joe 90, image galleries, a WIM briefing from Keith Alexander, and more and more and more. So, only £30 that.
How much? £130?
Only £30.
right.
£130.
Yeah. I'd
Anyway.
say it's always odd when people say cheap at half the price.
Because it would be cheaper at half the price, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Obviously.
Is that inferring it's expensive at full price?
I don't know. It's meant to not be.
Yeah,
is it?
I'm digressing. Watching you on YouTube, and you're way ahead of Facebook, says Lauren. We've always been way ahead of Facebook.
Yeah, I don't know what's happening to Facebook.
Jamie, the reflection in your glasses resemble the Mr. on Rings. Better watch out. Get out of there, Richard, while you still can, says Rick.
You look at that now.
Oh, that's very good.
Yeah.
Yeah, nice. I met Shane many times, says Jenny Shirt. Hello, Jenny. And he was the warmest, kindest person. And he had token for it. Toke? He had toke for everyone. Time for everyone. Yeah. Little misspelling.
Hello, Janet Simmons, who's watching from Arizona.
Woohoo!
Great. It's great to have you along. In fact, do tell us where you're watching from as we get through the Gerry Anderson news. We'd love to know. If you're watching from the UK, then you might like to know, this will either give you a reason to start or stop watching, that year 2 of Space 1999 begins on the 6th of April.
Great.
Now, year 2 has its detractors.
Yeah.
Plenty of them. But as we all know, it's been Space 1999 has been showing on Forces TV recently, weeknights at 10 and Saturdays at 8, I think.
Right.
And it's gone down a storm. Everyone's loving it.
Oh, I'm loving it, yeah.
Well, you said you were watching it.
Yes, I am absolutely loving it.
Do you want to expound
I had forgotten quite how much I enjoyed Space 1999. I watched it back in the day when it was first on, I guess. Hadn't really seen it since. And I was reminded of why I liked it quite so much. It looks beautiful.
It does look beautiful.
It just looks gorgeous. The set's wonderful. The costumes I really love. I love Martin Landau, but the star of the show for me is Barry Morse.
Barry Morse is awesome.
He's lovely, isn't he?
He would have made a great Doctor, I think.
Yeah, such a warm performance, I think.
Yeah.
And full of humour as well. Yeah. And utterly believable. Really
Absolutely.
nice. So yes, loving Space 1999. Now, the second season, of course, that means we're looking forward to the rather natty orange jacket that Martin Landau
yes,
adopted.
the lovely orange jacket, the change of uniform.
Yeah, why didn't we see that in the Gerry Anderson shop? That'd be good, wouldn't it?
Well, in time, Richard.
All right, great. Little quilted jacket.
Yeah, so if you're looking forward to Space 1999 Year 2, let us know.
Great. Matty says, good evening from Finland. And Nicholas says, good evening from, I think that was Sweden, just scrolled by.
Amazing. Neil Holloway watching in sunny Ebervale.
Wow.
Very close by to where we are.
Give us a wave.
Now.
Yeah.
We can probably see you from here.
That's right, yeah.
What's else there? 31-year-old loving the Space 1999 on Forces TV. Thanks, Dan. I'm glad to hear that.
Yeah, that's great.
It's marvellous stuff.
Yeah.
And Urban Spaceman 64 on Periscope is looking forward to the Into Infinity books.
Yes, there they are.
The covers are so nice.
Yes, when will they be available again?
Oh, April, May sometime. End of the month or May, I reckon.
Great.
Around there.
Nice. Lovely.
Now, I've got a news item here which is called Unnamed. I'm slightly worried about showing it because I don't know what it is.
That'll be a surprise.
Here we go. It's the Funko Pops.
Of course it is.
Oh, dear.
That's a relief.
That was a massive relief. So the lovely Funko Pops and Thunderbirds are available for pre-order now. Here's a little previs of them. They look lovely.
They do.
And I'm pretty sure to follow those will be the Tracy brothers, so you can look forward to them.
Yep.
In due course. Available from the Gerry Anderson store, obviously. Excuse me. Can I recommend some reading, Richard?
Oh, go on. Like what?
Well, Thunderbirds fans, this one's for you if you haven't seen it already. It's been incredibly popular on the Gerry Anderson website. It's The Origins of International Rescue.
Oh, I see.
As written by our very own Andrew Clements.
Oh, so it must be canon then.
Absolutely canon, yes. 100% canon.
Right.
Nobody will argue with that.
No.
Will they, AC? They'll be fine. But people have been loving it because it kind of builds on the universe, which is awesome.
I see. People often talk about the, sort of prequels and so on and how International Rescue came about.
Absolutely.
Does this answer all those questions?
It answers a lot of the questions. And as you can see in this image, Jeff's hair is a bit darker than usual.
Right. Because he's younger?
Because he's younger. Because it's about... Anyway,
that's clever, isn't it? Yeah, that's very good.
It's boat shoes D2.
Oh,
again.
Yes. Still buffering on Twitch. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know why we're having buffering problems. We're uploading good and proper from here, so sorry if you're still suffering.
100 views on YouTube, you deserve them, says Comedy Dudes 54.
Is that sarcastic?
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know either. I think that might be it for news, you know.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I didn't want to go over the top with news today.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah.
Well, why don't you tell us your news? Anything happened of interest since we last met? Since you were here last month, watching us, what have you been up to? What's been going on? Anything exciting you want to share? It doesn't have to be Gerry Anderson related, does it?
No, it doesn't have to be. It'd be nice if it was, though.
Yeah, that's right. I stubbed my toe on our kitchen table last week. If you want to put that in the news.
Brilliant.
I was wearing my slippers,
right,
and they weren't as protective as I thought they were going to be.
Thanks, Richard. Oh, I'll tell you what.
Well, yeah.
Before you digress any further, why don't you get 8-Man up and we should tell them about 8-Man?
Oh. Yes, well, all of those who have been listening to the Gerry Anderson podcast might have heard an interview with Dirk Maggs.
Absolutely.
over the last couple of weeks, pods 41 and 40, I think it was, where he spoke about this, a little known and never seen property of Gerry Anderson's called Ape Man.
Gerry Anderson's Ape Man.
Yeah. Very good. It's very good. Well done, Jamie.
I don't know why I did that.
It says here, a proposed half-hour family action-adventure television series for worldwide distribution. This particular script, The Treatment, written by Dirk Maggs, based on an original story by Gerry Anderson.
From 1919 to 1992 is the development period for
that's
that.
right.
So there you go.
Yeah, we're not going to tell you anything more about that, because one day it might see the light of day, mightn't it?
Yes, it may well do.
Well, you never know.
But it was quite a fun thing. So if you want to know more about that, listen back to Pod 41 of the Gerry Anderson podcast. James Pilson Wood. Sorry, I missed that. Is that Origins of International Rescue an article or a book in the store to buy? It's
Good
an
point.
article.
Yeah, good point. On the Gerry Anderson website?
Yes, gerryanderson.co.uk.
There you are. Thank you for
You'll
that.
find it there.
Yeah, podcast is still going strong, lads. Cheers, says Rick. Certainly is. In fact, not just going strong, but going from strength to strength. Podcast, isn't it?
It is, yeah.
Thanks to our lovely podsterons.
Increased our listeners by 50%.
Daniel Dudley.
Last
Oh, yeah,
month,
that's
didn't we?
great.
So thank you for listening, all of you.
Daniel Dudley says, what's it about? Well, I'm not going to tell you.
A lot's like the title.
Bring back Space 1999, says Gap Stargate.
Well, I mean, it's screening.
Yeah, I mean, it's
on
out there.
Comet in the US and Forces TV in the UK. That's about the best we can do. I think,
Yeah,
for now.
Robert Monk says, my 5-year-old just asked, who am I watching? Are they your friends?
Yes, Robert's son. We're Daddy's friends.
Yeah, that's the story, and
Nice
we're
to
sticking to
see
it. Yeah. Watching from my bed in Adelaide at 4:45 a.m, says Robert Hill. Why did you do that? Did you set the alarm especially, Robert?
Robert, we're so sorry.
Oh, that's amazing, isn't it?
Yeah. And Rebecca Andrews, yes, if you were listening to the Gerry Anderson podcast, you are now officially podsterons. It's been decided by democratic vote, and
Yes.
it was a landslide in favour
really
of podsterons,
was.
even though Podleys was Richard's suggestion.
I'm over it. It's okay. But if you want to join me for the Podleys March in the centre of London next week to reclaim the title, no, that's great. That's the news done. Then what are we doing now?
Well, I think following the sad news from last week,
Yeah,
it's time that we had a little tribute to Shane Rimmer.
great.
Should we do that?
Yeah, let's do that.
Okay, so let's head over to...
Easy for you to say.
Let's head over to Chris with Big Rat Bites and a tribute to the late, great Shane Rimmer.
So I had literally just finished recording what would have been this month's Big Rat Bites will now be next month's Big Rat Bites. Switch my phone on and there's the news about the fact that Shane Rimmer has now left us. Where do we even start with this? I've had to do this several times on Big Rat Bites now, talk about people who are sadly no longer with us. In most cases though, it's been someone who was a part of the Anderson universe, but it was a part, even though that was, one small part of a much wider and much more extensive career. We will miss Xenia and Windsor, but you could not describe either of those as a pillar of the Gerry Anderson community. Shane Rimmer absolutely was that. I think this is right up there with losing Gerry, losing Sylvia, losing Ed Bishop and Mike Billington in the same week as each other. Such a huge loss. And again, it's one of those lives and careers that has touched so many franchises. You've got the Doctor Who and Star Wars and Bond and countless others. But, Scott Tracy is what he will always be remembered for. For anyone else, that would be more than enough. Just playing Scott Tracy would be more than enough of a legacy to leave to us Anderson Knights, whatever we want to call ourselves. But no, it's not just that, because he did other voices in Thunderbirds. He did voices in Captain Scarlet, Joe 90. He was in a few episodes of UFO. He was in Space 1999. He could be heard in a few Space 1999s. 2 episodes of The Protectors, The Investigator, Space Police, Dick Spanner. I've got Dick Spanner. It's just this constant ba-dum, 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 ba-dum. And not only the acting, the voice work, the writing as well. There's like a dozen episodes across the Century 21 era and The Investigator as well, I think, that are all credited to him. And some really good things in there, like, Avalanche and Hole in One, Zeke's Blues, which he wrote with the aim that Tony Curtis would guest star and play Zeke, and when that fell through, he came in to do it. Yeah, it just seems so wrong to focus in on any one contribution that man made. But you have to come back to Scott Tracy, and the very best episodes of Thunderbirds build to this perfect storm of just nail-biting tension. The building's about to fall down, the vehicle's about to crash, everything's going to explode, the Barry Gray music is building like crazy, and then you've got Scott talking into the microphone.
You've got to locate them within the next 2 minutes.
And he just manages to wring so much tension and drama out of that voice, and yet made it seem so easy. He just was that character in a way that I don't think too many other actors. I would say Ed Bishop as Straker is probably the closest, where the actor seemed really invested in the role. And that's our childhood. That's my childhood, and your childhoods, and all our childhoods. That's quite an impressive legacy. As I said, just Scott alone, just Thunderbirds alone, would be a massive legacy. The fact that he did all those other things as well. If you've not got a copy already, I thoroughly recommend picking up From Thunderbirds to Pterodactyls, his autobiography. I have a signed one. Many people watching this do frequent conventions, and if you have, chances are you will have bumped into Shane on the convention circuit at some point over the last, 30 years? Possibly longer. And as fun as they can be, it's almost an artificial kind of interaction. You are meeting these people, but essentially you are buying a product, you're buying a signed photo or a book or something. And understandably, there are people who aren't comfortable or who don't understand the sustained interest that people have in the work that they did, decades ago. Shane was the complete opposite of that. Whenever I saw him, and I think I saw him at maybe half a dozen events over the last 10 years, he not only understood the continued appeal of these shows, he seemed to thrive on it. The thought that people who were kids when Thunderbirds was first on would come up to him to say hi, to say thank you for Scott, for Thunderbirds, and to what that meant to them as kids, and they would have their own kids in tow. And he seemed just so enthused by that, always so warm, so welcoming, so gracious.
You can say that again.
One of my fondest memories of the second Andacon, the one in Leicester, was on the Saturday night. As the Saturday main day event was shutting down, all the guests were leaving. I was about 2-3 feet away from the door as Shane walked out, and I wasn't paying any attention to him particularly, and then I heard, "Good night, Chris," and I looked over at him, and he was going, and I was like, "What? How do you know me? I know we've met, but you remember me?" And I genuinely think that, chances are if you saw him 2-3 times, he probably remembered us. He probably remembered all of us. He understood the place that we held for him in our hearts, and he not only understood, he absolutely reciprocated it, because he loved these shows as well, and he was grateful to us for continuing to share that love, for keeping these things alive. I'm sure many of you have seen this photo at conventions, or maybe even have one. So, once again, a great man has left us, a great voice, a great writer, not just in the Anderson world, but across so many things, and I think my abiding memory of him, aside from this wonderful body of work, was just how nice he was at conventions, and how much he genuinely got the affection and admiration that we held the shows in and held him in. I really genuinely believe and hope that he knew just how much we all loved him and his work. So, once again, to close out another sad edition of Big Rat Bites, an especially sad edition, here are some highlights of Shane Rimmer as Scott Tracy and Dick Spanner and countless others in the Gerry Anderson universe. FAB, Shane.
Hey, what's all this bedside manner stuff? Thunderbirds are go! Changing to horizontal flight.
What do you suppose that is out there?
I'm Brogan, Lieutenant Brogan.
You cut my lip!
The sharp stab of pain made me realize it was a dumb move.
International Rescue doesn't give up that easy. Look, there are 600 people up there with about 40 minutes to live. Now, you can't help them, but I believe we can. Now, what's it gonna be?
I took the elevator up to the 14th floor. My office is on the 15th, but that's another story.
You must not touch my brain!
Okay, here we go. Are you going to let them go, sir? I'd say they're in no condition to handle the job.
Show yourself, freak!
Okay, if you think it's necessary. Yeah.
How about it?
Well, there's nothing more we can do, sir. We're stuck.
Keep going, Wilson. You're not gonna stop us now.
Hey, sometimes us old-timers be a bit handy, huh? I figured I'd give the goon beside me the old 1-3. To this day, I still don't know how the hell I did that.
Hey, look, tell them not to forget you.
Delighted.
Okay, let's get out of it. See you back at the base.
Oh, Chris. Yeah, what a lovely, lovely tribute. Thank you so much for that.
Absolutely amazing. What more can we say? Well done, Chris. Lots of lovely comments as that was showed as well. Lots of you sharing your memories of meeting Shane. Lots of you sharing your thoughts and comments about his fantastic performances, his vocal performances and his film performances. And, you know, we have lost a member of the family. But as I often say, and as I said on the podcast, aren't we lucky to have this space where we can remember Shane and all the fantastic work he gave us? And aren't we lucky to have such an immense body of work to look back on?
Yeah.
At any moment, we could pop a DVD in or listen to a soundtrack, and there he'll be.
It's always there.
Yeah, it's great.
Now, Richard, I'm gonna shoot my Blu-ray prize a bit early because I particularly like this comment just here.
Yeah.
The time being 613.
Oh yes.
We can always rely on Chris to hit the right note and speak for all of us. If you would like, we would love to give you a special edition Space 1999 Bring Us a Wonder special edition Blu-ray. So drop us an email to fablive@gerryanderson.co.uk and that will be winging its way to you shortly.
There you go. That's one down.
Quite
one
right.
to go.
It's really it's you know, Chris, we really do appreciate the Big Rat Bites contributions you make. And if you want to catch up with Chris's Big Rat Bites, we are uploading them gradually onto our YouTube channel.
Great.
So you can go back and watch them, and that one will be in isolation. So if you want to watch it again tomorrow or in the future, then you can do that.
Lovely, yeah. So thank you for all your wonderful comments throughout all that. In the meantime, don't forget to share us wherever you're watching us on Facebook or Twitch or YouTube. There must be a share button somewhere.
Yes. And if there isn't, then copy the URL of where you're watching from and then post it everywhere.
That's great.
Email it to your friends.
Yeah.
Write it on a postcard. Send it to your granny.
Yeah.
Whatever
Your
you
granny
like.
would love it. She'd love you. Oh,
often
you'd be her favourite.
The grandmother's favourite.
Absolutely.
That's often the role I play.
That's right. A little later on, we've got some viewers' emails. We've got lots of pictures to show you, so don't go away just yet. We've got Fab or Fib,
Yeah, we've got Fab or Fib.
We've got Blankety Blank, of course. Special one this month dedicated to Shane. And we've also got, of course, our almost brand new section, haven't we? Called Super Magnification.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah?
Should we do that now?
Well, only if you've got the opening titles queued up
I've got the opening titles of Super Magnification, so let's play Super Magnification.
I mean,
well, that was worth the wait, wasn't it?
Come on, a lot of work went into that. Do you know how long it takes to make those things?
Richard,
Crikey.
why don't you tell our lovely listeners what super magnification is and how to play?
I'm just trying to think. Oh yeah, super magnification is where we show you a very close-up picture from a still or publicity photograph from a particular Gerry Anderson show, and it's up to you to tell me what it is you're looking at and which show it's connected to. It's that easy. Now, we're on a bit of a lag, usually about 10, 12, 13 seconds. So flash it up now, Jamie, because it'll be a while before we start seeing some comments.
Okay, so here is your super magnification still.
Well, that's come out well, hasn't it?
It looks beautiful.
It looks like a tub of Brill cream. Do you remember Brill cream?
Well,
with that red top.
I'm
sorry.
I'm not massively familiar with Brill cream
Sorry,
myself.
bit sensitive on the subject. Yeah.
But yeah, it looks like an upside down tub of Brill cream, doesn't it?
It does, yeah, that's right.
But
So-
what is it and
Yes.
where is it from?
Yeah, exactly. So we'll just have to sit here for a few seconds while people catch up with us now, don't we?
Yes. And in fact, I've got a prize for someone who gets it right, Richard.
Okay, great.
So, and this may not be encouragement to get it right.
Oh yeah, you're giving those away, are you?
Yeah. So the first person to, well, not first person, but a person I'm going to randomly choose who gets the answer to this right, if
Yeah.
you get one right at all, you're going to win a Parker slot together toy thing.
Great.
So be very clear about what you think it is.
Yeah.
What is this red thing?
Jenny shirt. Is it a big red button?
Well,
Oh, I mean, yes, but that's not enough, Jenny, is it? That's close but no cigar.
we need to be a little bit more.
Yeah, we do. What else have we got? Scroll down a little. There was someone else there saying Space Precinct Cruiser.
Dick Spanner.
I think it's from Dick Spanner, yeah.
Siren from Dick Spanner. A lot of people think it's from Dick Spanner.
Yeah, desk from Stingray, says RJC. Thunderbird's mobile control, an instrument light, says Robert Hill. Well, yes, but what's it from? We can see it's a kind of a light, can't we? But any ideas what it might be from? Thunderbird's mobile control, oh, we had that one. A siren, and has it got a connection with Dick Spanner? No, it hasn't got a connection with Dick Spanner. Light on a control panel, says Robert Hill. An instrument light, yes. Come on.
Someone's going to win this
Must
any
try
moment.
harder. Yeah, that's right.
So, final look at this still before we do the reveal. What is this thing?
Red alert, says Keith Roberts. Mark Arnold, been watching you on my iPhone screen for the past year or so, but now I've got you on my 65-inch TV screen via YouTube. That's frightening,
nice.
isn't it?
Sorry about that.
Wow. Control panel light, says Dan Craggs.
Right.
Is it time to reveal?
Should we put them out of their misery?
Go on then.
Here is the big reveal for what that red thing was.
Ta-da!
So it's Scarlet indicator light from Colonel White's control desk in Captain Scarlet.
It is indeed.
Now,
Yeah. Quite a few of you got it right, actually.
quite a few of you did get it right, but
you picked one already, haven't you,
there was some
Jamie?
extreme detail
Right.
from on YouTube the AP Film / Century 21 Forever Facebook group.
Right. All of them.
So, well, no, just one.
Oh, I see.
Whoever's running that.
Yeah. Okay.
Drop us a line. fablive@gerryanson.co.uk. You'll need some proof that is you, so maybe an admin screenshot from your Facebook group or something, or from your account on YouTube. But you have won a Parker slot together figure, or whatever it's called. What are they actually called? I've forgotten.
Slot together figures.
Oh, flexi figure.
flexi
Parker flexi figure will be winging its way to you, whoever you are, on the AP Film / Century 21 Forever Facebook group.
Yeah.
So thank you for all of your answers.
Lovely.
Did you enjoy this episode of Super Magnification?
What's so funny? Well, there'll be another one next month. I'm not giving up that easily. Someone just won a prize.
Oh, it's
Come
Chris,
on.
it's Chris Honey is on the thing. So Chris, well done. Drop us a line with your address, fablive@gerryanson.co.uk. You've won Parker.
You see, someone's won a prize. It's all ended up well, isn't it?
Absolutely.
It's fine. I think it's worth doing. It's worth persevering with, I think, super magnification.
No, it's brilliant. If you enjoyed Super Magnification, do let us know. Just pop a thing in the comments.
Duncan Wilson says, right show, wrong operation for light. Oh, well, you know.
Yeah.
There's some you win, some you lose.
Absolutely.
Them's the breaks.
Can't get it all.
Yeah, that's right.
Now, Richard.
Yes.
We've had so many.
It was pretty fun, guys, says Aaron Izzard. Pretty fun.
Pretty fun. Yeah, it was all right.
So many emails you were about to say.
We've got so many viewer emails this
Yeah,
month.
we've got to get through
We've
them.
had to split it into 2 sections.
I know.
So,
Yeah.
if you did write in, bear with us.
Yeah.
And if we don't get to you after the second section, then sorry, we just had too many. But we really love getting your emails.
We do.
So, do drop us a line
Right.
to fablive
Okay.
at gerryanson.co.uk, which you can sort of see
Yeah.
in the ether here. We would love to hear from you.
Yeah, good.
And Richard has a selection of your bits and pieces
Yes.
here. Oh, Duncan Wilson loves Super Magnification 100% more with that intro.
Well, it should have had the intro all along.
Thank you, Jamie, he says.
Oh.
It was my pleasure, Duncan.
Oh, just a minute.
I made
he
the,
just pressed the button.
I made the whole thing bearable.
Oh, honestly, I don't know why I bother. Michael Horgan, for example, got in touch with us, didn't he, Jamie?
Yes, Michael Horgan did get in touch.
Hello, Michael. He said, "Hi, Jamie and Richard. Hello. Hopefully, if you read this email out, sadly, I will be at work on the night shift."
Oh, sorry I missed you, Michael, but maybe you're watching this back after your
Oh,
night
well, I'll
shift.
read the next one, shall I?
No, read his
Okay.
email.
I was very sad to hear of the passing of Shane Rimmer, but at the same
Sure
time
were.
was very thankful for the opportunity to meet and chat with him at the Fab Worlds of Anderson last year. Lovely. And especially grateful to witness my dad shake his hand and thank him for all his hard work recalling days when he hated school and always ran home to catch the next episode of Thunderbirds. Now that's the thing, if you meet these people, please shake their hand and tell them what they mean to you. Say hello, have a conversation with them, because it'll mean so much to them and you will regret it if you don't.
Yes, never be afraid
No.
to tell your heroes that they are your heroes.
Exactly.
Because even someone who've heard it 1,000 times and they might on the day be a bit grumpy or
Yeah.
whatever, or sometimes people just don't know how to take it very well. So they're like,
Yeah.
But they really do. It means something to them. So
Absolutely.
do share it.
Yeah, he says, "I could really see Shane taking in every single word my dad said and being really appreciative for all the kind words from him and everyone he met that day. It's this appreciation that Shane had for all the passionate fans, young and old, that really stood out and made him more of a legend than he already was. Here's a small image," he said, "I put together of the photos I took that day. Feel free to pass it on to his friends and family. If so, well, thank you for that. We will do, and we're showing it right here. Look."
Isn't that nice? What a lovely collage. All that stuff of Shane actually, with the mic, telling his old stories,
Yeah.
signing stuff, and talking to fans. He always spent a huge amount of time really talking and listening
Yeah.
to fans, which was so nice.
Yeah, absolutely. Also, he says, on another note, "I would be interested to know if yourselves or anyone else ever knew or had the Thunderbirds wallpaper at all. When we were young, me and my sister had it in our bedroom and loved it. I used to lay there letting my imagination run wild with all the rescues of the Tracy brothers that could go on. Here are some photos I managed to dig out for you to enjoy. Ha ha!
That's great.
Yeah, and then he adds a little PS. "I did some research and found out that you can still actually purchase the exact same wallpaper. So I'll share the details in the Facebook podcast listeners group for anyone who wants it."
Fantastic. I didn't know that was still available.
Yeah.
Now, I think that wallpaper
Yeah.
is in the toilet at Atomic Burgers in Oxford on Cowley Road.
Okay, I don't spend much time in there.
No,
do
I
you?
haven't been there for years,
Oh, I
but
see.
I'm sure I went for a pee there.
Right.
And was, faced with Thunderbird 3.
Right, that's certainly stick in the memory, wouldn't it? Yeah,
certainly did.
Absolutely. What a collage, says Ross Patterson. Yes, wasn't
Yeah,
it lovely?
it was lovely.
Yeah, I backed some of my exercise books with that wallpaper at school, says Andrew AC there. Yeah, lovely.
Not sure that the school library will have...
No.
exercise books.
Yeah,
Sorry,
yeah,
I thought you meant textbooks.
James Fielding says, "Hi, Jamie and Richard. I don't know what's going on here. They all seem to be putting you first.
Yep.
Don't like it. In last week's podcast, you mentioned about if there were any Anderson references in other obscure places, like the farming one that we had. Yes, you'll have to listen back to that if you don't know what we're talking about. Well, here's a reference I found in a Ladybird book about how television works, first published in 1968. I find attached an image showing Jeff and Tintin on a playback of a VT machine. There it is. Look at that.
Nice. There's quite a good representation of Jeff. Not so sure about the Tintin.
Yeah. I've always known about it, says James, since first reading the book as a child, but I've never seen anyone ever reference it before.
Well,
There we are. Well, we
we've
have now.
referenced it here first,
Yeah.
thanks to James. So,
Exactly.
James, thank you for that.
Jenny Shirt says, "Your cup is marvellous, Jamie."
Well, it literally says it on it. So,
Oh, I see. She's being
thank you, Jenny. Yeah.
clever.
Is it getting a bit dark?
I barely read, but...
Do you want me to put the overhead light on?
no.
Okay.
I quite like this. Ed Grabowski
Yes.
got in touch. Said, "Hi, Jamie and Richard again.
Hello, Ed.
Just back from the Rescue 1 convention in aid of the RNLI held on Mersey
Oh,
Island."
Who went to the Rescue 1 convention? Do let us know, because
Yep.
of course that was Shane's last appearance.
Ah, gosh, I suppose it must have been,
Very
yes.
sad. So if you were lucky enough to see him there, then
Yep.
thank your lucky stars.
Edward says, "Mersey's an interesting place with a single road linking it to the mainland, and every few days a month at high tide the road is covered by sea, and Mersey becomes an island. Hopefully the organisers have Thunderbird 4 ready for any mishaps. Not sure how many people attended, but it must have been over 100 with a wide age range, although I think many were 50 plus. Nothing wrong with that.
No,
I just
nothing
say,
wrong at all.
nothing wrong with that. Sometimes the most fun conventions are the small ones, as you get seats in the main auditorium fairly easily, and there's plenty of opportunity to speak to the guests. I got to chat with several, including Academy Award-winning Brian Johnson, Empire Strikes Back, Alien, 2001: Space Odyssey, and about his work with George Lucas, Ridley Scott, etc. Mary Turner was in attendance and brought along and demonstrated the original Lady Penelope, and Matt Zimmerman was his usual humorous self and was great on stage. He loves and knows how to work an audience. Yes, doesn't he just? And he sent us some pictures.
There's Mary doing some puppeteering.
Yeah.
And there's a nice selection of puppets in the lineup there.
Yeah. That's great. And he sent me the running order. We had Alan Schubrook there. Thunderbirds I Go film extract on the big screen. Matt Zimmerman live on stage. Some music from films. Mary Turner and friends talk and demonstrate puppets. Brian Johnson talk on the main stage. Lovely, all sorts of stuff. So did you go? Were you there? I think Jenny, were you there? I think I mentioned. I saw Jenny.
I bet Jenny was there. Yeah,
great.
Absolutely.
Great stuff.
Can I just jump in and answer a question which I keep seeing popping up? Chris Prud. Is that right, Chris? You tell me how to do it, how to pronounce it. You've asked about the Big Chief figures, and so now is a good time to interrupt Richard and tell you.
Yep.
So Parker, you can see here, this is the prototype Parker. It is absolutely stunning. It's one of those ones where you open the box and just go, oh, look at that. He is great. Perfect representation. Now, many of you have pre-ordered a Captain Scarlet or an Alan, Gordon or John Big Chief Studios figure. They've been delayed. If you've pre-ordered from us, we've just sent you an update today, which has come direct from me. So do check your inbox.
I saw him write it. I was here.
Yes, you were right here when I wrote it. So from memory, this is when I forget now, Scarlet will be out in June and the Tracy Boys will be out in September. So they are delayed a bit more. But the guys at Big Chief are just doing their best to get these exactly right. And they're quite difficult because of the different proportions. They're not like on their usual human sized bodies that they do. The puppet proportions make it more difficult. They're trying to get them as accurate as possible, and they move factory. So, but there's Parker, and Parker is going up on their Launchpad system in the next week or so.
Right.
So it's coming very soon. I've also got the box art, which is rather lovely.
Oh yes, it is.
So I've also got prototype box. Oh, look at that! With beautiful art by Lee Sullivan.
Yeah, fantastic, isn't it?
Real stunner. And there you go. See Parker on the back of the box in all his glory. So thanks to the guys at Big Chief for sharing the prototype with us. They didn't have to do that, but they really wanted you guys to see it and to see it here first on Fab Live.
Yeah, great.
So there you go. That's why Parker's there. I would recommend not waiting. If you decide you can't wait and you don't want to wait anymore and you want to cancel your pre-order, fair enough. But I know they're restricting the runs of the characters.
Oh, right.
So don't
you
miss
might
out.
kick yourself.
Yeah, you might kick yourself.
Yeah.
And going by Parker and what I've seen in the pre-production pieces from on the Captain Scarlet, they are more than worth the wait.
Yeah.
Lovely things.
Yeah, that's right.
So there you go. Sorry, Richard. Carry on with your emails.
Yes, Ellie Barkley, thank you. Yes, I know you went to Mercy. Thank you very much for your email. But didn't want a bit of replication there, so I read out Edwards, but thank you for that. Hope you had a great time while you were there. Steve says, hi, fabulous maker boys. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is that like the fabulous Bacon brothers?
Exactly.
Yeah.
He says, don't forget it's Catherine Wesley or Kate Kestrel's 24th birthday tomorrow. 1st of April 1995. That's today.
Yes.
There you go. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Kate Kestrel, the fictional character from Terrell.
That's right. And on the subject of birthdays, Paul Maxton says it's Kaylee's birthday.
Happy birthday, Kaylee.
There you go. It's definitely getting darker in your house as the sun goes down. By the end of the show, you'll only be lit by your computer screen, says Pierre Fontaine.
Yeah. It's quite dark, isn't it?
Do you want to put the light on?
Well, I'll tell you what. I'll unscrew the back bulbs and put the front bulbs on. You fill in.
Okay, right. Well, I'll go move on to... Oh, we need some pictures, though. But I'll read this out, and then you can come back and put the pictures up. Note to Jamie, I saw the email early this morning reaching the Big Chief situation. Thank you for keeping us all in the know, and I remain hopeful that John and Gordon will be arriving here eventually. That's from Boats Shoes. How's that? That's all right. That's good. That's better. That's good. Paul Davies then. So, hi guys. He says I just finished this fab model of the Eagle Transporter at half studio scale. For scale, it is shown next to a product Enterprise Eagle. That's not the pictures you're showing. Fun to build and reminds me of the brilliant design work done by the Anderson team. Always wondered how many Eagles they had on Alpha Moon Base, as they used to chew through them pretty rapidly in the episodes.
They had thousands of them.
He says, was there an Eagle dealership located nearby, perhaps? Thanks. Well, great, Paul.
There's the Eagle. Oh, look at that.
It is beautiful, isn't it?
What a beauty.
What I particularly like about that on the carpet there, it looks like it's on some sort of moonscape, doesn't it?
Yeah.
On the pile there.
Is that the name of the planet?
No, that's the name of the carpet pile.
The pile. No, I was going to say, and the people that live on it are the pylons, obviously. Anyway.
Yeah.
Sorry. What a lovely eagle, Paul. Yeah. That's great.
Yeah, we like that. Thanks for that. Frankie Muir sent us a picture of his toy collection.
Yes.
Saying, hi, Jamie, this is my collection so far. He's been collecting since November 2018. That's all. I hope you like it, Frankie Muir.
Nice.
No, not bad.
Well, I can see some real goodies in there. TV21 badge and Century 21 badge and the UFO badge from the Gerry Anderson store.
Yeah, lovely.
Some key rings.
Yeah.
Fab 1,
Yeah.
Spectrum Saloon Car.
Great.
Lovely stuff, Frankie. Thank
Yeah.
you.
Now, I'm not sure when we're stopping for this half, but I think there's another one from Duncan Moss. No pictures of this one. It says, several years ago, I lived in Esher. One of my neighbours was the actor Peter O'Farrell, who's appeared in films like Santa Claus the Movie, Legend, and Harry Potter the Chamber of Secrets, where he played the photographer for the Daily Prophet. In the Space Precinct episode Hate Street, he played a character called Shog Tropek.
Great name.
Can either of you remember working on the show? And if so, do you have any anecdotes about him? He's a really lovely guy and I think still working. Best wishes, Duncan Moss. Duncan, I haven't had a chance to look. I don't remember him, but as Orin, I don't know if you know I played Officer Orin in Space Precinct.
Never heard that before, Richard.
Don't like to talk about it. But, of course, I wasn't there every day or to shoot every scene by any means. Bit of a part-time job, really, if I'm honest. So we might well have, never met. Ships that pass in the night and all that. But I'll have a look. I'll have a look for Peter O'Farrell. That's very good. Do we have Shane's montage of... Scott's montage of meeting Shane in this half?
I think that's
Is
in
that
the
a bit later?
second bit. But you have got your cut and shut toy.
Great. Gary Hodgkinson, thank you very much for getting in touch with me. He found something rather rare and rather interesting. Now, I'm sure you've all got your toy Officer Orins at home. Of course you have. Who doesn't have a toy Officer Orin? Oh. Well, Gary found something rather interesting on eBay, I think. Put in a bid and won it. Now, see if you can see what's a bit odd about this Orin toy, still in its card. Here it is, look. Well, there's a picture of Officer Orin. How can I do this? There. So look, there's Orin there, so we can see it says Orin.
And here's the toy.
Yeah, but look around it.
There's something a bit funny around here.
Its midriff is rather expanded, isn't it?
Yeah, what's happened there, Richard?
And in fact, he sent a picture as well of another Orin toy that he's got out of its card to place next to it.
Yeah.
Now, look at the difference there. So what Gary has found is an Orin head on a Podley body.
In an Orin card.
Yeah, that's extraordinary.
There you go.
And probably worth about 3 pence.
3 pence more than the usual Orin. So about 3 pence.
Thanks, Gary. That's a fantastic find.
Yeah.
I mean, I should imagine they might have made a few of them and then realised their mistake.
Yeah, they must have gone, this Orin's looking a bit portly. I think we've made it as a Podley.
Give it a few years.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it might be quite appropriate.
There you go. So
very good.
Have you got a Gerry Anderson toy with the wrong head on the wrong body?
Well, that's going to be quite
in its
niche.
original card?
Yeah.
If so...
I bet you haven't.
No, but we'd love to see if you do.
Yeah, that's right.
I sort of wish I had one, but I don't.
Danny Moy says, looks accurate. Thanks. Cheers, Danny. Thanks for joining us.
Fantastic.
Scott Bickley, we'll be coming back to your lovely montage that you sent us of all your meetings with Shane. No time to show the video that you sent, but it was very good. Did you get a chance to look at that? His little video tribute
I
to Shane?
did, yes.
Lovely. So thanks for that, Scott. Really appreciate it.
Yeah.
We'll show your picture a little later.
But we're going to come back to more viewer emails shortly. If you want to email us for next time, Fab... I can't really see it, can you? Richard, put your arms up across your T-shirt.
I've got a black thing on, haven't I?
Yeah, put it, come on. Yeah, fablive@gerryanderson.co.uk is a good address to send it to.
Yeah,
In fact,
it's the address.
It's the only address to send it to.
Rich and Jamie, do you remember in the early 90s when Athena, the shop, sold Captain Scarlet items such as postcards and a large porcelain clock?
No, I did not know that it was a large porcelain Captain Scarlet clock.
No.
There you go. Can
Strange.
somebody send us a photo?
Yeah.
fablive@gerryanderson.co.uk. We'd love to see it.
Yeah.
Now,
Yep.
I think it's time for a game, Richard.
Whoa, what should we play?
Well, there's only 2 games left to play.
That's right.
So a 50-50 chance, but going by previous form, we should probably play... Well, I think I've got the video opening for it working. Oh, let's see. Maybe Blankety Blank.
Appearing tonight on Virgil Tracy, Destiny Angel, Officer Orin, Atlanta Shore, Captain Scarlet, and Dr. Venus. And here are your hosts, Richard James and Jamie Anderson.
Jen Whitby there says, please could we update the email FabLive at to look like our name boxes that you put on
the lower third.
That would make it clearer, wouldn't it?
Jen, in due course, I will do that.
Yeah, and you get a producer credit for that as well.
Thank you very
In
much.
fact...
Oh, go on then, yeah. Perfect.
Jen, it's yours.
Space 1999 Special Edition Bring of Wonders Blu-ray is yours, Jen. Limited to 1999 units worldwide.
Yes, that's
There we
right.
go.
There we go. So do send us your address. And we'll pop that in the post to you.
Yes, drop us a line, fablive@gerryanson.co.uk. So now, the only prize I've got left is one more Parker tow bar. So,
Okay, great.
We'll see who gets that in due course.
Right, so this week's, or rather this month's Blankety Blank, you all know the premise by now. I'm going to give you well-known, perhaps not so well-known phrases or sayings from various Gerry Anderson shows, and you have to guess what show they're from, who said it, and what the blank is. What's the missing word? In fact, it's a very special edition this month because each of these quotes was uttered by the immortal Shane Rimmer as Scott Tracy. So they're all from Thunderbirds. So it's just up to you to tell me what is the missing word
And the
what
episode.
show is it from?
Yeah.
That's
I
it.
said show.
Show? Episode. Yeah.
Episode, yeah.
Okay. So let me angle this. There we are. Would you mind telling the boys that blank is ready? Sorry about the little typo in the last word there.
Raddy.
Rather hastily tried to fit an E in.
Nice. It worked.
I think so.
Nobody would have noticed unless you
Nah.
said.
I think people enjoy the homemade quality of this
Absolutely.
segment.
That's the whole point of this.
Would you mind telling the boys that blank is ready? Here we go, says Scott. Yes, exactly. Sorry, I blast everyone's
we had a
speakers.
bit of an over there, yeah.
Diners, says Ben Patterson. Drinking wine, says John.
Well, that's just what we're doing. Cheers, John.
Would you mind telling the boys that blank is ready?
Tea.
Dinner, says Robert from the episode Cry Wolf. Robert, you're close. He is close. Space Police and tea, says Lauren.
Well, it's Thunderbirds. We
Yeah,
know that.
these are all
They're
Thunderbirds.
They're all Scott Tracy quotes. So
Yeah.
definitely Thunderbirds. So that
Yeah.
narrows it down for you.
That's right. Shall I put them out of their misery, or is there time for one or two more?
Wait for one or two more. I'm just
Okay.
having a look. I'll
Come
through
on
the
then.
light because I can't see. No, we're not getting any more. So let's put them out the misery.
Well, not dinner. Scott. You got it right. Lunch. Would you mind telling the boys that lunch is ready?
From Cry Wolf.
Yeah, exactly. So
That's
well done,
from
Scott.
Thunderbirds.
Yeah, very good.
Yep. Bowie's Bulge got that again from
Right.
Twitch.
Great, like it.
Nice work.
Yeah. Oh, I think I may have just given away the answer. This next one, then, it's another Scott Tracy, of course. Gee, that blank blank you brought out was good. That's very good, Jamie. Once
Yeah.
more with feeling.
Gee, that blankety blank you brought out was good. I mean, that is what I say to you every time
Yeah, it's true.
about the blankety blanks you choose.
Yeah, that's true.
Gee, that blankety blank you brought out was good.
That's right. Yeah, so close, says Robert. Yeah, you were close, but no cigar, I'm afraid. But what's this one? Gee, that blankety blank you brought out was good. Any ideas?
Apple pie.
Aha.
Someone's got a food fixation.
Hit record, says Keith Roberts. Lip cigarette, says John Climb, I think that is. Lit cigarette. I can't think, says Lauren. Oh, it's quite easy. Gee, that blankety blank you brought out was good. Firefly, says Emma Nichols. Really? Apple pie, says Simon Wilcott.
Apple pie.
And look at that, apple pie, the uninvited.
There's a whole load of apple pies out.
There
and
we
that's
are.
because...
It's apple pie.
Yes.
And yes, the episode was The Uninvited. Very good.
Last one.
Yes, the last one is another Scott Tracy quote. And it is this. Sorry I'm late, folks. I had to blank the blank before I took off. Sorry I'm late, folks. I had to blank the blank before I took off. What were your suggestions earlier?
I can't even remember what I said.
No.
Wash the laundry.
Something like that, wasn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I said microwave the pasta. I don't know why I said that. Couldn't boil the pasta.
Yeah, I'm seeing some suggestions for the last one still. Ray gun, apple pie. Milk the cow, says Ben Patterson. And Robert Monk says milk the cow as well. Milk the cow, ha ha, says Ross Ironfield. But what's the episode title? Sorry I'm late, folks. I had to blank the blank before I took off. Milk the cow, Operation Crash Drive, says Scott. Milk the cows. Yeah, you've all got it. There we go.
Sorry I'm late, folks. I had to milk the cows before I took off.
Yeah.
Operation Crash Dive. Nice.
Great. Yeah. That's it then, isn't it?
Thankfully.
I mean, it was worth the wait, wasn't it? Very good. Well done, everybody.
Brilliant.
There'll be more Blank to Blank next month, won't there?
Yeah. Thankfully. Now,
Yeah.
we return to
Oh.
part 2 of your emails, Richard.
Great.
Just
Fantastic.
You keep
Sorry.
overing them.
Sorry.
Poor people and their speakers.
Sorry.
Sorry,
Sorry,
folks.
everybody.
So, yes, more of your emails.
Now-
And shall we start with this? I love a bit of multi-generational Anderson fandom.
Yes.
And this is such a cute picture of father and son together,
Yep.
isn't it?
That's great. That's from Sand Mickener, I think it is. Says, just wanted to say thank you for releasing the Raised on Super Marination shirts in kids' sizes.
Yep.
Here I am with my son, Bryn, I think, who is being properly raised with Gerry Anderson's work, as I was. Thanks again
Brilliant.
from Sand. Yeah,
Love that. And
that's
that is
really sweet.
hashtag FAB parenting.
We like a bit of that,
That's
don't
what we
Jenny?
call it, yeah.
Now-
If you're passing it on to the next generation, be it, godchildren, nephews, nieces, sons, daughters, grandkids, whatever,
Yeah.
you should be passing on a bit of Gerry Anderson love to them.
Yes, now is that the only T-shirt that's available in children's sizes on this?
There's other ones
Oh,
too.
well, there we go. Great. So take your pick. That's lovely. Now, I'm going to backtrack a bit then, because we missed a few out. Do we have Scott's? What order do you have the picture
you
in?
do it in any order now.
Fine, okay, so let's have a look at Scott's pictures. I hope it's not too late, he says, to send you this email, but it's a special one for Shane Rimmer. When I heard about Shane passing away, I was in tears, as I know that he was a wonderful man and a very kind and a good sense of humour. So I thought I'd send in a collage of me and Shane of the many times I met him, 5 in total, and I always stopped by to chat every time his table was empty. So there we go. Look at all those lovely pictures.
There you go.
Scott, you lucky man. Nice. What memories we have. It's lovely, isn't it?
Yeah. And all but one time, Scott was dressed as Scott.
Yes. Fantastic. Really nice. So thanks for that, Scott.
Cheers,
really
Scott.
appreciated that. Okay, Craig Johnson sent us some pictures of his visit to Stourhead House.
Yes. Now, who knows what Stourhead is and what it was the inspiration for? If you know, comment.
Yeah.
Very quickly before Richard reads out the email.
Well, as you know...
Yes, Richard.
Yes. He says, Lady Penelope's home, Creighton Ward Manor, was inspired by Stourhead House, a National Trust property in Wiltshire. A visit there has been on my to-do list for a long time, so 2 weeks ago my wife and I had a rare weekend away where we stayed at a hotel nearby. So I thought you and your viewers might like to see a few photographs of the time we spent there. The lower floor of the house is the only section that's open to the public to view, and to be honest, unless you're interested in old property and old portraits, and there are hundreds, the house isn't very interesting. The library architecturally was my favourite room. That said, the extensive gardens and grounds were very nice and proved to be an enjoyable walk. The on-site restaurant was a nice place. It's a nice review.
We're not TripAdvisor, Craig.
The on-site restaurant was a nice place to eat and have a coffee. However, what did surprise me was that I found no reference to the fact that there was a Thunderbirds connection.
We've tried to make them refer to it over and over again. In fact, I've been in touch with some historians there, and they said they're going to make a thing of it, but they haven't done yet.
No.
But anyway, should we have a look at Stourhead House?
Let's have a look and see these lovely pictures. He said, I really think they've missed a trick there. You'd think that both adults and children would enjoy that link and think of the merchandise they could sell as well. It led me to think there must have been many people that have visited the house and in their subconscious thought, this place looks familiar.
Yeah.
And couldn't work out
it,
why.
Doesn't it just?
Yeah, that's right.
It looks just like Lady Peter's place. In fact, to make it look even more like it,
Yeah.
Craig did a special...
Oh, no. No, you should say, and while he was there,
While
look
he was
who
there,
arrived.
Look who arrived. I mean, I think it,
What? That's good.
Yeah, I mean, not very good parking there.
No, keep off the grass.
Yeah, Parker went straight over the lawn. But yes, thanks
Yeah.
for that, Craig. So there you go, you can get the real feel for it now.
Yeah, that's brilliant. Thanks very much for that. Now, Roger Woolley sent his Thunderbird 6 pictures with his nephew. Hi, lads. Unfortunately, I've been off work for 5 weeks with my back, but I used the time to make a 1/48 scale Thunderbird 6 for my nephew John, who's a big Thunderbirds fan, and I thought you'd like to see it. It's basically a tiger moth straight out of the box with a paint job. FAB, Roger.
There it is.
Yes, it's rather splendid. There he's in his Thunderbirds costume.
It's in another Scott one.
Hey, he looks very pleased with it. That's very good. So thank you for that, Roger. That's lovely. We love to see these pictures of things you've been building and making.
I've got my neighbour,
Oh, yeah.
Kim,
Yeah.
who's in fact just through that wall there.
Right.
Who's messaged me to say I'm watching.
Great.
Kim, go and do something else.
Yes.
You don't need to be watching this.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Yes, the Sodor engines. It looks just like Crichton Ward from the show.
It does.
Because it was.
That's why, yes. Well, probably we think that Bob Bell or somebody from the art department visited and thought,
Yeah.
this place would be amazing.
I
Or saw a
see.
photo or a postcard. So there you go.
I see. Yeah, we also love to see your artwork. Emma Nichols, beg your pardon, sent us some pictures she's been preparing from some of the Terror Hawks. I've written Terror Walks here.
Nice.
Full of typos. Hi, Jamie and Richard. I thought I'd show you some drawings I did of some characters from Terror Hawks. She's got Lieutenant Hawkeye, Zelda, Sergeant Major Zero, Captain Kate Kestrel.
And there
I
they
hope
are.
you all like them.
And it's Kate's birthday today, isn't
Ah.
it? Happy birthday, Kate Kestrel. So totally appropriate that she's in there. That's a very nice 0, I'd say, as well.
Yeah, it's great, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's lovely.
Nice work.
Yeah, thanks for that.
Emma.
Really good. We've done that one. Chris McCarthy has sent his picture in from Allendale Sci-Fi Museum for a bit of newsy news.
Yeah,
he
which we
says.
couldn't find.
Oh,
It was in my spam and it's gone now.
right. But thanks for sending it in anyway.
Thanks for the lovely picture. Sorry.
Now that's it, I think, on the pictures. But we do have another email here from Kevin Goodman.
Oh, yes. What did Kevin say?
Well, I wonder if you could help us out on this. He says,
Probably
in
not.
the opening episode of Space 1999,
Yes.
we see the two dying astronauts, Fred Warren and Eric Sparkman. Now, he says, who played the astronauts? He said, I'm convinced that the one who died last was played by Nick Tate, as it certainly looks like him. And if this is the case, then perhaps it was filmed before Nick was cast. It was cast in a regular role in the series. Thoughts, please? Well, I don't know.
Well, I've got the answer to it, but I didn't realise you were going to spring that on me, and I've got to look it up because Chris Dale answered it for me.
Aha! Okay.
Hang on, I'll find it.
Very good.
Right, here we go. Chris's answer is that he can answer that.
That's his answer.
No, here we go.
Oh, I see.
Frank Warren, brackets first to die, was played by David Reese Anderson. But Sparkman is a mystery. I agree he does look similar to Nick Tate, although a bit bushier in the eyebrows, and Nick did come very close to dying in the first episode. He was originally cast as Collins, the Eagle pilot, who goes mad about halfway through the episode. Maybe they'd already had the Collins contact lenses ready for him when they cast him as Carter and decided with a bit more makeup he could play Sparkman too. Although if that was the case, it's surprising that he or Martin or Barbara never mentioned it. So we can't quite answer it. Probably wasn't Nick because the eyebrows are bushy, but maybe it was.
With bushy eyebrows.
With eyebrow wigs. But there you go. A mystery,
Well,
Kevin.
yeah, I hope that's answered your question, Kevin. Thanks for sending that in. That was an answer of sorts, wasn't it?
It was an answer of sorts. It's about the best we can do.
Take from that what you will. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Great. Good. A few more comments. Hello, guys, says Master Battalion 8. My late dad passed on the Gerry Anderson saga when I was a kid, says James Beach. Brilliant. I think this episode of Fab Live is doing really well. I think instead of calling it episode 23, it should be called Fab Live, a Shane Rimmer tribute special. What do you guys think of that?
Yes, although we could call it both, can't we?
We could.
Episode 23,
Yep.
a Shane Rimmer.
Yep. Sam Oil says, is that Oil or Ol? Or Ollie?
Ollie.
It does it, my eyes, you see.
Sam Ollie.
Says, hi, how's it going?
Good, thanks, Sam, yes. And hey, Master Battalion 8.
He says he has something special to tell you.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Go on then.
We're waiting. No, that's not.
No. You'll see it anyway.
Yes, exactly. So that's the end of our viewer emails. If you want to be part of Fab Live next month, Fab Live 24, send it to fablive@gerryanderson.co.uk. We would love to hear from you. Send in your pictures, videos, whatever you like, really. Bits of your collection, questions, etc., etc., etc.
Yes, that's right. That would be great, wouldn't it?
Yes, fantastic.
And a special plug, just share us while you're watching us now. That means all your friends will see on their Facebook and YouTube streams and so on that you're watching us, and they might want to watch as well. And also, I would just like to point out that you can catch the Gerry Anderson podcast. It goes live every Monday, first thing in the morning. You've got all week to listen to it, of course. In fact, they're all up there still now. We have celebrity interviews. We have Chris Dale again with the randomizer that I know everybody loves and quite like too. We have listeners' emails, and that's about it, isn't it?
And Fab Facts.
Oh, yeah.
Which Richard really loves. So, yes. And if you want to catch up with some Fab Facts, they're on the YouTube channel.
Great.
Just look for our Fab Facts playlist.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Is there a blankety blank playlist?
Well, not yet, but anyway, we'll come to that.
Or
later.
a Fab or Fib playlist?
Not yet. No.
Super magnification?
Yes. Anyway, there we go. Master Battalion 8 has been transcribing the songs of Kate Castrell on the Terrorhawks wiki.
Right.
That's good to know.
Have a look at that.
Some great songs there.
Callum Wilding. Richard, I remember you used to be on the Misty Show years ago on CBBC. You say years ago. Yeah, it was years ago, actually. 2004, I think. Yeah. That's years ago now, isn't it?
15 years ago.
I found out Nick Tate was on Australian soap Sons and Daughters, and the rest were on Neighbours and Prisoner Cell Block H, says James Beach. I remember Sons and Daughters. Do you remember Nick Tate in it, though? No. Anyway, Paul Starr, says Danny Moy. We know about Paul Starr, don't we?
Oh, God.
Yeah,
I mean, yes,
podcast.
we do.
Yeah, great.
In fact, once you've finished on Fab Live 23 with us, do go to gerryanderson.co.uk. The first news story there is about the Shane Rimmer edition of our podcast, which is just released out today. Really worth a listen if you've not got fed up of us or our voices by then.
Yeah.
So there we go.
I know I have.
Yes, me too, Richard. The Fitting Mutual. Now, we've got another game coming up, haven't we?
Oh, yes, absolutely. Well, this is everyone's second favourite game, of course.
Yeah.
It's time to play Fab or Fib.
I've got the title sequence here.
Excellent.
Here we go. Ready?
Off we go, yeah.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, it's time for...
Fab or Fib.
Thank you very much, Mark, for your opening title sequence.
It's time for Fab or Fib. Now, of course, everybody knows.
No, Richard.
Well, this is where I offer you 5 different facts from the Gerry Anderson universe. It's up to you to guess which one is Fab, which one's a Fib. Only one is true. One is Fab, and the rest are Fibs. So if I can have that back, and I'll...
No. Now, normally, viewers, you may know that Richard surprises me with 5 fab facts, and I have to draw them as part of our fun.
Yeah.
There was a vote on Twitter this last couple of weeks, which decided that Richard should be the one to draw. So, although Richard does have some fab facts here, they're not going to be the ones that we're having this week.
Hey. Okay.
Unfortunately for you.
Right.
So, Richard, here are your pens.
Great.
I'm going to get you some paper.
Right. Yes, thank you, Scott. Richard, you draw this time, he says. Thank you.
There's your paper. And I've got some fab facts today, which I shall be reading.
Only one of which is...
Only one of which is fab. The other 4 are fibs.
Very good.
So Richard's going to be drawing. I've given him a limited palette of a couple of browns, grey, purple,
bit of blue
and pink. That's all you'll need, though, as I've judged from these particular fabs and fibs.
Okay.
So if you think each one is fab or fib, then you must type your answer. Once you've spent your fab, you can't have any more, so therefore automatically the rest are fibs. So here we go.
Right, do them neatly, says Lauren. Cue the time, the Tony Hart music, says Robert. Yes. Good luck, Richard, says Maria. Thank you very much. Ha, says Emma Thick. Yeah, I'll give you ha. Come on, then.
Right, number 1. Characters in Thunderbirds, especially Lady Penelope, were often seen smoking. And in 2002, a study into the subject of smoking in Thunderbirds was published in the medical journal Tobacco Control. There were calls for all smoking to be digitally erased from reruns of the show, but the BBC kept it in on the grounds that it didn't glorify smoking and that it was incidental to the plot.
Okay.
So there we go. Do you think that there was a study in a medical journal called Tobacco Control, which suggested that all references to smoking should be erased? What is that?
It's a surrealist piece.
Yeah, Dali would be proud. So, folks, if you think that is true, then you must type fab. If you think it's false, type fib. But you only get one fab. There's a whole bunch of fibs coming in here. No, you don't say true or false.
No.
Fab or fib. Fab or fib, or your answer does not count.
Oh, dear.
So, was there a...
Oh dear.
Right, Richard.
I can only apologise.
This is amazing, getting my own back.
Oh dear, I'm so sorry.
Right, it's time to show off your picture, and maybe you'd like to describe it to the class.
Well, it's a picture of Lady Penelope.
Go on.
I promise you it's a picture of Lady...
Put it up close to the camera so it can focus.
There you go.
Richard, show them.
Oh. It's Lady Penelope with a cigarette in her mouth.
Actually, do you know what? When it's on a small screen, that looks quite good, I have to say. I mean, she looks a bit... wonky.
Yeah, well, it's last minute, isn't it?
Yeah. Pady Lenenepe.
Oh, crikey, right.
Brilliant.
That's difficult. That's number one.
So the majority of those I can see that come through were fibs. So most of you think that was not true.
Oh, okay.
Number 2.
I have no idea. Yes.
Thunderbird's Scott Tracy was named after Scott Carpenter, brother to the famous Richard Carpenter.
Yes.
Richard Carpenter then dedicated the Carpenter's song calling occupants of Interplanetary Craft to Shane Rimmer, the actor who gave voice to his brother's namesake in the series. That's a bit of a...
It is. Say that all again.
God, I should have phrased that a bit better. Sorry, folks. So the first bit is not the fab or fib, it's the second bit. So, as we know, Thunderbird Scott Tracy was named after astronaut Scott Carpenter, brother to the famous Richard Carpenter.
Oh, yeah.
Richard Carpenter then dedicated the Carpenter's song calling occupants of Interplanetary Craft to Shane Rimmer, the actor who gave voice to his brother's namesake in the Thunderbird series.
Okay.
Yeah?
Yes.
So
you're saying...
Was the Carpenter's song calling occupants of Interplanetary Craft dedicated to Shane Rimmer or not?
That's essentially what you're saying, isn't it?
That is what I'm saying.
Okay.
That's quite nice.
Well,
I think, Richard, you're not subscribing to the thing of doing it badly the first time, so you never get to do it again.
No, it's pretty poor.
Do share your image.
Well, let's see what are people saying. Lots of fibs coming in.
Mostly fibs. Neil Robert Holloway thinks it's fab.
Okay. Stephen Richards says fact. No. Hasn't got it at all.
No, it's fab or fib.
Yeah. Ashley Bell says fab. Scott, keeping his powder dry, waiting until they're all told.
No, you're not supposed to do that, really.
We don't really approve, do we?
You're supposed to... come on, show them the picture.
Well, so it's the Carpenter's song calling occupants of Interplanetary Craft.
Yeah, so what have you done?
Featuring Scott Tracy.
Yes.
Well, there's Scott sat in an interplanetary craft.
Nice. That's good, isn't it? And a nice pair of... spatulas underneath.
They're landing gear.
Landing.
It's like, pads,
Really nice.
Thanks.
Anyway, there we go.
Yeah, Ross Patterson says that's not how it works, Scott.
Yeah,
the
yeah.
fun is in the guessing.
There's a few fabs here. Jenny Shutt says number 1 was fab, number 2 is fib. Josh Long says fib. There we go. Should we move on to number 3?
Yeah, okay, that's number 2, yeah.
Here's number
Come on
3 then.
Oh dear, oh dear.
Now, Richard.
Yes.
We all know that Nicholas Parsons was the voice of Tex Tucker in Fall for the Falls.
Well, who doesn't know that?
But did you know that his father was actually a vicar at a West London church? Yes, he was Parson Parsons of Parsons Green.
Really?
Let's have that again, shall we? We all know Nicholas Parsons was the voice of Tex Tucker in Fall for the Falls, but did you know that his father was actually a vicar in West London, which made him Parson Parsons of Parsons Green?
Okay.
Good luck with this.
Aye, aye, aye.
Do you know, he's doing better than I thought of you. He
No,
really is.
no, it's not great, is it?
It's pretty good. I mean,
not
I
great.
can tell what that's supposed to be.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Come on, are they fabbing or fibbing?
Well, it's a lot of fibs.
Oh,
in fact,
really?
I can't see it. Robert Monk has just put 3 laughing faces. Robert, that is not the name of the game either. Fib, 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 fib so far.
Okay, so there was never such a person as Parson Parsons from Parsons
Well,
Green.
that's what they're saying,
Okay.
but, you know...
That's number 3.
Good for you being so confident. Do show them. What is that?
Well, it's Nicholas Parsons' father, in his vicaring costume. I don't know what they're called.
Dog collar?
Cassock,
Yeah.
with a cowboy hat on.
So that's Tex Tucker Senior.
Yeah, that's right.
Nice. That's beautiful.
It's not bad, is it?
I think that's really nice.
Emma Nichols says it's a fib. Keith Roberts says number 3 is a fib.
Josh Long says fab.
Well, John Bullivant says it's a fib for number 3. I'm going to say fab, says Rebecca Andrews, number 2. Oh, okay. Right. That's not bad, is it?
That's not bad at all.
Yeah, how am I doing,
work.
Jamie?
You're doing better than I thought you would do, to be quite
Well,
honest.
story of my career.
Absolutely. Number 4. You ready for the next one?
Yeah.
Space Precinct's Mary Woodvine, who played Tarn Officer Took in the series,
Wow.
made her acting debut in a pop video for the little-known release by EastEnders actor Todd Carty in the 1990s.
Yeah.
Presently, the single was a cover of the David Bowie song Loving the Alien, but it only made it to number 73 in the charts.
Okay.
So did Mary Woodvine make her acting debut in a pop video for a little-known release by EastEnders actor Todd Carty? Who did he play?
He was Todd Carty played.
Martin Fowler?
No. Was it Martin Fowler?
Martin
It was
Fowler,
Martin,
wasn't
yes,
it?
it was,
Yeah, I remember. In the 1990s. That's nice.
Yeah, now I've got to make it kind of.
He's been practicing
What do I
these
do?
viewers.
I'll put a little. Go on, tell it. Are they fabbing or fibbing? And I'll do a little.
Emma Nichols, fab. Bowie's bulge, fib. Richard Burnett, fib. Chris Honey thinks number 1 is a fab now on reflection. Graham, I can't pronounce your surname, I'm sorry, that was a fab. Stuart Lusher, fib. There's a whole lot of fibbing going on here. Ross Patterson, I'm going for fab. That has to be true.
Well.
Show them your lovely picture.
So here's Mary Woodvine in full costume and makeup as Officer Took, the Tarn with her third eye,
Nice!
performing in front of a camera with some music playing.
Richard, I think you should take over this job
No,
permanently.
no.
I really do.
Keith Roberts says that's so obscure it must be fab. Mark Fowler says Stephen Richards. That's right.
Mark Fowler.
I saw him in a pantomime at the Wickham Swan about 7 years ago, and he was
in it.
He was in it.
Yeah, very good.
There we go.
Farah Shimbo, fab. Mark Simpson Wedge there, fab. There you go. Daniela Stewart says it's a fib because she's a big Bowie fan and she's never heard of it.
Oh, that's right.
cover of the thing,
What? You've
yeah.
never heard of Loving the Alien?
I think the cover of it.
Oh, the cover of it. Yes.
Or the alleged cover. Now, number 5.
Oh, yeah,
Our
last
last
one.
one. So
Okay.
if you've not spent your fab yet, you must spend it now. Space 1999's Prentice Hancock once stood as a local MP in his home constituency of Brighton and Hove.
Right.
How are you going to draw this? He stood as a candidate for the Natural Law Party, whose greatest policy was to improve the health of the nation through the promotion of yogic flying.
Yogic flying. Oh, I remember
Yogic
yogic
flying.
flying. Oh, crikey. Okay.
So, was Space 1999's Prentice Hancock once in... What are you doing? Oh, nice! I can see what you're going for here. Sorry.
Okay.
Yes, let's give that one more time because it's so ridiculous. It must be true. Space 1999's Prentice Hancock once stood for as a local MP in his home constituency of Brighton and Hove. He stood for a candidate of the Natural Law Party whose greatest policy was to improve the health of the nation through the promotion of yogic flying.
He had a moustache, didn't he?
Yes. Yes, he's a moustache or a beard. He's got a little kind of what's that called when it's just there?
A moustache?
No, just
The
this
goatee.
bit. Yeah,
It's a
kind
patter.
of. That, yeah. Lauren Gradwell, Fab. It's all I have left.
Oh,
She spent her 4 fibs, you see.
yeah.
Stephen Richards fib, Harry Rayner fib, Jenny Shirt fib. I mean, this is split the nation.
You're good.
This episode of Fab or Fib, I'd say, Richard. Partly because of your drawing. I think. Oh, I hope he doesn't land on that. Do you want to show?
Well, here's Prentice Hancock. There he is with his Natural Law Party, his NL rosette, doing a bit of yogic flying above the streets of Brighton and Hove.
Brilliant.
There he is.
You can see where I didn't want him to land, viewers. Ouch.
He's got frog's legs, but it looks like in my picture.
Yeah.
It's unfortunate.
Nice.
He might have frog's legs in real life, I don't know.
What a beauty.
Yes.
There we go. So, folks, give us your summary, and
Yes.
I will quickly go through. So, if you want to tell us how you're answering,
Yeah.
give us the number followed by your answer,
Yeah.
all in one comment.
Number 1.
So, number 1, did tobacco control suggest that smoking should be digitally erased from all Thunderbirds episodes? Number 2 was the Carpenter's song "Calling Occupants of Interplanetary Craft" dedicated to Shane Rimmer. Number 3 was Nicholas Parsons' father, Parson Parsons of Parsons Green. Number 4
I really hope so.
was Space Precinct's Mary Woodvine in a music video of a David Bowie cover for "Loving the Alien." Or number 5, did Prentice Hancock almost do himself an injury
Yeah.
doing yogic flying over Brighton and Hove?
Rachel's having to say that number 5 is Fab because she's every other one has been a fib.
There's a huge spread here. So Robert Cassidy thinks number 4 is Fab.
Ah.
Great picks, Richard. Fab job, says Duncan Wilson.
Thank you very much.
Fib, fab, fib, says Keith Roberts. That's number 4, which is there.
Yeah.
Fab, fib, says Ross Ironfield. There's quite a few people saying that the Mary Woodvine fact is Fab, Richard.
Right, okay, interesting.
So,
I don't know.
Yeah, well,
Right.
shall we find out?
Yes. So what wasn't it?
Well, the Carpenter's song "Calling Occupants of Interplanetary Craft." As lovely as the drawing is, that is a fib. Oh, there that one goes. So if you said number 2 was Fab, you were incorrect, I'm
Yes.
afraid. Parson Parsons of Parsons Green.
Please, is it Fab?
No, it's not. As much as that would have been great as well. He was not that we know of.
Well, quite right.
Yeah. Prentice Hancock
Oh, yeah.
and his yogic flying.
There he goes.
he was off then. Again, I don't think he's yogic flying man, so no, that was also a fib. So it's down to Lady P and her digitally removed smoking, or Mary Woodvine and her music video appearance. Well, yeah, put them out of their misery. It was that in 2002, the medical journal Tobacco Control wanted all smoking to be digitally erased from Thunderbirds.
Very good. Jamie.
There we go.
Well researched.
Well, Richard, thank you very much. Well drawn.
Well, thank you so much. Now, interesting, I think that Mary Woodvine fact might have put a few people off because she did appear in a video with Nick Berry,
Did she?
who played David Wicks, I think, in EastEnders. Somebody Wicks? Many years ago. He released a single called Every Loser Wins, and she was in the video for that.
Ah,
So that might have thrown a few people off.
okay.
Yeah. Guys, stop pretending to be Derek Meddings destroying the artwork.
We should have done it in slow motion.
Yeah, we should have done.
Maybe
From
we'll do it
different
afterwards.
angles
Yeah.
and cut it together. Yeah, I thought it was too obvious, says Keith Roberts. Well, you're overthinking it, Keith.
Yeah.
I mean, the one thing you don't do on Fab or Fib is overthink it. Really.
No, there's never worth
That's
it.
right. It's great.
So there we go.
That's it then, isn't it?
Now, Richard, we didn't award our last Parker Flexi figure,
Great. Okay, lovely.
did we?
No.
Who should we award it to?
Well, I don't know. Do you want to scroll back and pick a random name?
Yeah.
Right. Hold on to your hats, everyone.
I saw one.
Yeah.
I've lost him now. Oh, there we go.
Yeah. Martin
Martin.
Smiggy Smith says, "Yay, I finally won Fab or Fib." Well, well done for persevering, Martin. If you'd like to send us your address to fablive@gerryanderson.co.uk, you will receive this lovely gift in the post.
Parker Flexi figure is yours. But this one, not this one. Sorry. This one's got to go back to Big Chief Studios, surely.
Yeah. So well done, Martin.
Yes,
And,
Martin, congrats.
yeah, thanks for everybody else for playing along and humouring me.
Yeah, absolutely.
So that's great. So remember, if you've received one of these, or rather won one of these DVDs this evening, don't
Blu-rays.
forget...
Blu-rays.
Sorry, Blu-rays. I'm old.
You are.
Don't forget to drop us your address so we can post them to you. And yeah, hope you enjoy them.
Absolutely. Now, Richard, shall we do a quick catch up on the news?
Let's do that.
Yeah, for those that missed it at the start.
Yeah.
And folks, again, if you missed the news earlier, if you're just joining us now, then do share the stream in this last final bit so you can catch up with the news.
Yes.
So going back to the news very briefly. Coming up on Forces TV in
Looking
the
forward to
UK
that. Yeah.
from the 6th of April, Year 2 of Space 1999
Great.
in its complete state.
More Brian Blessed?
Yes, definitely some Brian Blessed. Some good episodes, fewer than season 1, arguably.
Okay.
But that'll be starting very soon. So it means season 1 is coming to a close, but there'll be more season 1, I'm sure, repeated after.
Yeah.
And if you're in the US, it's on Comet. It's available through Shout Factory. And if you're not, then there's most places who've got it on DVD or Blu-ray, or it's on iTunes or somewhere. So there's always a way to watch these shows. Funko Pops are go.
Oh, I like that.
They're available from the Gerry Anderson store for pre-order. Currently $9.99. They'll be going back up to $12.99 before too long. So pre-order your Brains, Lady Penelope and Parker as soon as you're ready. Obviously, we've been talking a lot about Shane today, who passed away on Friday. A great loss.
Yeah.
But we've been remembering him in the Gerry Anderson podcast, in Pod 42, which came out today. The Gerry Anderson podcast is available at gerryanderson.co.uk/podcast and on all good podcasting services like Apple Podcasts and Stitcher and Spotify.
Some we haven't even heard of.
Podbay and Podbean and Podbatch and Podsmith and
yeah, that's right.
Podpond.
Podsmod.
Podsmod.
Who knows?
Exactly, all those
Podschmod.
places. So absolutely, you must go and listen to that, please. You'll really enjoy it, I'm sure, because you'll learn about stuff you had no idea about in Shane's career, including a lovely bit of him singing.
Yeah, isn't that sweet?
It's really nice. He has such a great voice, not just for voiceover, but for singing too. There's a great article on the Gerry Anderson website, The Origins of International Rescue, written by our very own Andrew Clements. Mm-hmm. Done a lovely job there. It's one of our most read articles ever in the history of the website. It's been very popular and it's great fun. Fills in lots of the gaps. Terry Adlam drew this lovely dedication to Shane, which we thought was rather marvellous and very sweet. And the Joe 90 Deluxe set is in, just padding while I get it out, is in stock at the Gerry Anderson store.
Yum.
Here's the inside.
Yum, yum.
Here's the lid. There's a comic here. It's really difficult to flick through to demonstrate, but there's a comic with a new Joe 90 adventure in there.
Yeah.
There's a book by TV historian Andrew Pixley, which there's a lot in there. Look at it.
Amazing.
Whoa, how many pages is that? 244 pages of Joe 90.
Wow.
What's not to like there?
Yeah.
Plus, obviously, the Volume 4 Blu-ray. I think the special features, which we made with dear Chris Thompson and others who are involved there, and Chris Dale and a few others, they're only available on the special edition. So if you want the special features, which include new interviews with Keith Alexander and Alan Perry and some others, definitely worth picking it up. It's £30, limited to 1,000 worldwide, and I think there's only about 100 left. So
wow, okay.
You probably want to go and grab those.
Yes, great.
Also coming up later this month or early next month, Into Infinity, The Day After Tomorrow and Planetfall by Gregory Norris, the novelisations of the Gerry Anderson pilot story from the 1970s. They will be available very soon via Amazon and the Gerry Anderson store. Day After Tomorrow is the novelisation of the pilot you may have seen on The Lost Worlds of Gerry Anderson. Planetfall is what happens next.
Oh, nice.
So there
Great.
you go. That's that.
Very
and
good.
Yes, the Space 1999 Bring Us a Wonder Special Edition, Limited Edition Blu-ray. We have found some of these in a warehouse. And so we're going to make them available from later this week. They will be a mere $9.99, but there are not many available. So if you missed out getting these the first time via Network's website, you'll be able to pick them up very shortly. And That's about it, isn't it, Richard?
Yeah, I think so. Just as well, perhaps, because people are telling us on Facebook that we've just gone off air. That's fair enough.
Oh, well.
Yeah, we're almost done.
We're just saying the same stuff all over again.
And if you are still listening, still with us, I just have to point out we did promise that we might mention a little something about our 50th podcast, which is coming up. More news on that coming up soon, we hope. Because we want to do something a bit special. It may not be on the actual week of the 50th, it may be a little bit after, but we'd like to do something where as many people as possible can come and join us.
Yeah.
So at the moment we're just trying to sort that out. So bear with us.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So,
There we
that's
are.
it, isn't it?
Yes, I think so.
Are we done?
Yeah. Was there an announcement about music in a previous podcast, like a Barry Gray collection or something like that?
No, we said we can't do music because of MCPS and music rights, and it's very, very difficult.
Yeah.
So, there you go.
Yeah, great. Lovely.
Go on.
Thanks for joining us, everybody, and thanks for all your comments this evening and for joining in the fun. Don't forget, if you want to feature in next month's Fab Live, which is May the...
You pad and I'll work it out. Hang on.
do send us your questions, your comments, your pictures of if you've met Gerry previously or actors from any of his series. We'd love to see those photographs. Any cosplay, any pictures of toys or models that you've made, or just thoughts about anything you've been watching. We'd love to see them. So send them into fablive at
May the
jerryanderson.co.uk, and we will see you on May the 6th for Fab Live number...
24.
It's 2 years then.
Well, it's over 2 years because we
It's over
skipped a couple.
Right.
Yeah. Fab Live 24, amazing. Thank you all for joining us. There's been loads of you tonight. We've really appreciated all your comments and questions and rude remarks.
Yeah, we have, especially those. Yeah. So thanks very much, and we'll see you next time.
Yeah.
Bye.
See you next month.
Right.
Bye.
Lovely. So, 8 Man.
Yeah.
I think if I didn't shave for a month, I might get away with it.
You could absolutely pull it off, I think, yeah.
Well, there doesn't seem to be much dialogue for him.
What are you expecting?
It's easy to learn lines.
Yeah, you'll be alright.